Hello, you're welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom live here on Channel 1 TV. We're broadcasting live from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tessano here in Accra. I am Charles Ozukumi. Coming up. 4 killed in Garu shooting as gunmen open fire on civilians. Police launch investigations. Also in the bulletin, Education Ministry to review school placement system for greater transparency and fairness.
The computerized placement system is not working well for the country, and I'm happy to review this. And I would review it. I'll put in place a committee to review its performance over the decade, and then give me
Calls heightened for bold action to address Ghana's worsening waste and sanitation crisis.
Can also have a way of organizing the informal sector. And now people are doing it on individual basis, individual interest and all that. But when the assembly identify these people and then formalize them, and then we have a better way of controlling them, educating.
Later in the bulletin, caregivers warn against use of unverified herbal remedies for breast cancer in Ashanti region.
I wouldn't say it's bad, but my issue is, whoever is giving you that medicine, does the person they scan or mammogram or any diagnostic test to confirm whether it's the disease?
Coming up in Channel 1 Business. Government reaffirms commitment to job creation, fiscal consolidation in upcoming budget. And in Channel 1 Sports. Black Queens gear up for crucial fixtures as officials rally support ahead of England friendly. Grateful to you for choosing us. Let's begin with education. The Minister of the sector has announced plans to set up a technical team in the upcoming days to review the computerized school placement system. During a surprise working visit to the Presbyterian Boys Senior High School at Legon here in Accra, the Education Minister Haruna Idrisu said the review seeks to enhance transparency, efficiency and fairness in the placement of students into second cycle institutions. More in the following report.
It was a busy scene at the Accra Academy on Monday as scores of parents went through admission procedures for the awards, with first-year students reporting to senior high schools nationwide. Unlike in previous years, the school's management said it had adopted a decentralized system to minimize congestion during admissions.
General arts, the general science, visual arts, agric, and then business. So when you go to the centers, right from this angle, we have the business people and then the visual art set up over there. Then the science at the OJ Square. Then we have the general arts at the Assembly Hall. We have officers who are collecting them. So the people have not amassed themselves over there to create any problems.
Some parents who spoke to the news team expressed satisfaction with a smooth process.
The process is going okay. You come and then you meet very smart people doing the work, and there is no any frustration.
So you are done with everything? Have you gone through the entire process?
Yes, I'm almost done. We are now going to look for the dormitory that is going to reside.
The assistant headmaster in charge of administration also noted a slight drop in admissions, attributing it to the ongoing efforts to gradually phase out the double-track system.
Based upon the idea of going back into the single-track system, I think the government of the day met all the heads and then appealed to them for all the schools, and because of our infrastructure difficulties and things like that, we need to go back to the single track. And if we can go back to the single track system, meaning the numbers will have to be reduced. So what we are anticipating is that this year per what the headmaster has given out, we're going to have not more than 1,000 students. And 1,000 students in such a way that if you don't do that, we'll find it difficult to roll out the single track system. By the next 2 years, Accra Academy should go back to the single track system.
Meanwhile, in a related development, Education Minister Haruna Idrisu, during a surprise visit to Presec Legon, announced plans for a comprehensive review of the computerized school placement system to improve its credibility and effectiveness.
I feel myself what parents are going through. I have observed that some parents are unhappy, justified. Some students are unhappy, justified, because they chose a particular course, science, and was given general art for business. That would be a disincentive even for that child to fully have in place. So it means that the computerized placement system is not working well for the country, and I'm happy to review this. And I would review it. I'll put in place a committee to review its performance over the decade, and then give me a credible alternative.
In the Ashanti region, Charles President Reverend Stephen Owusu-Setre assured that schools currently have adequate food supplies, with government promising to replenish stocks soon.
For now, we have a little bit of food to feed the students now, but we are expecting government to bring more food very soon, and we have been told that food will be supplied very soon. And I know the minister and the director general, they are aware, and they are working on it. And I don't expect that the food supply to delay. And let's wait. Now that we have something to feed the students with, we are okay for now.
In the northern region, first-year students have begun reporting, with the Bimbela SHS recording over 800 new students, its highest intake ever. However, at Triponi SHS in the northeast region, only 57 out of 266 placed students had reported by Monday.
And out of the 266 who are placed, we have 200 who have completed the admission process. So, and with that, the student is there to report to the school, because the prospectus and whatever basic thing they are needed are spelled out. So the student is there to come. It's not like the previous time. I am thinking would be the wait and see, and the reporting, the wait and see.
Some parents have commended the online registration process, describing it as cost-effective and less stressful compared to the previous manual system.
Well, the process has been going on well. Just that the crowd is too much for some of us, because having a child and then coming to be in a queue is not easy.
I'm from Tamale to Bimbela. It's not easy. So immediately I started my distance on the line. Everything will make easier for me.
Now to some tragic news from the Upper East region. At least 4 people have been killed after unidentified gunmen opened fire on civilians in Garu, close to the National Health Insurance Authority office in the Upper East region. According to reports, 4 armed men riding on 2 motorcycles stormed the town and began shooting indiscriminately, resulting in the deaths of 4 individuals. Garu District Chief Executive John Abari confirmed that the deceased include a bystander, an NHI staff, a mentally unstable man, and Yaya Bukari, headmaster of the Garu DA Junior High School. He was fatally shot while attempting to usher a student into their classrooms upon hearing the initial gunfire. The motive behind the attack remains unclear, as police have launched investigations. Well, let's stay with this tragic story. We're joined via Zoom by the Member of Parliament for Garu, the Honorable Thomas Anabat, to help us with more updates on this development. Good evening to you, Honorable. How is Garu after this terrible incident?
Good evening, Charles, and good evening to your cherished viewers and listeners. Thanks for having me. Though I'm in a very sorrowful mood, Garu right now is not very good. Everybody is in a panic situation. People are mourning because they've lost very loved ones. The situation of the security there is heightened, and then people are actually surprised of what has happened in Garu. First of all, let me express my sympathies to the families of the bereaved families and all their loved ones for the loss that has occurred tragically to their very lovely family members. As you know, Garu is a very peaceful place. We never expected something like this to happen. Just as I was about to go to Tamale Airport and take a flight to Accra to resume work tomorrow in Parliament, I was called to be informed that we lost 4 people and several were wounded and in the hospital. By 12 o'clock, I was told 4 people were confirmed dead. This included an officer at the National Health Insurance Office, one other young man who was running away from the scene of the shooting, and one chief of Garu, let's say Wirchengo, area called Wirchengo. The chief was also gunned down. This has brought a lot of panic. Several people were wounded and treated at the Garu hospital. Some were discharged, but 4 are still admitted with severe wounds, still being nursed by nurses and doctors. Actually, no one knew where these people were coming from.
Okay.
They only know that there were 4 people riding 2 motors that came into town, went straight to the National Health Insurance Office to ask for the director of the National Health Insurance, and in his absence, they gunned down one of his officers, came out and gunned down the head teacher. Once they were escaping, they gunned one person on the way, and when they got to the Wirikenjo chief area house, they gunned him down too. So this is how it happens. And on the way, they were shooting anybody at all they met to ensure that they pave way for them to pass. This incident has brought about several suspicions, but we have been able to contact the national security. We've contacted the regional minister. We've contacted the army commander within the Upper East region, and security has been enforced in Garu. And investigations are ongoing to ensure that we understand what is the motivation behind these deadly killings in Garu, that no one ever thought that gunmen would invade Garu to kill. Because Garu, as we said, is also hosting a lot of group of people, Kusasis, Busangas, Bimbobes, Yangas, Hausas, and so many others. The people they killed, 2 of them are Busangas and 2 of them are Kusasis, meaning that the killing was just anybody they met on their way. And it looks as if they targeted somebody at the National Health Insurance, like the director of the National Health Insurance, because they went there specifically to ask for him. In his absence, that they did the killing.
All right, Honorable, I mean, aside beefing up security, what other measures are being put in place to calm the people and reassure them?
You know, Garu is a very vigilant city, town, I can say. I remember, see something, say something. We discovered a strange car in Garu, and at the end, we had to attack the car because they were not willing for us to inspect the car. Garu people are very vigilant. This has triggered people to sit up and be more vigilant this time. And I bet you, with the presence of the security and what has happened, Garu people will be more vigilant to meet any perpetrator that comes in. The good thing is that it didn't happen, from what we know as at now, it didn't happen between 2 people of Garu. It appears the people came from some place to Garu to do the attack. So therefore, there is unity in trying to beef up security, and people are all talking to each other to be wary of any new person they see in Garu walking about strangely in the town or in the environs. So we are urging all people of Garu to stay focused and united as we are, and be monitoring all entry routes into Garu. Any person who behaves in a strange way should be apprehended, or the police must be called, or the security agencies should be called, and the person should answer questions why he's in Garu. I think these are some of the things that I'll urge the good people of Garu, who are very peace-loving people, to do for now. Monitor every route that enters Garu to ensure that we don't have any strange person entering Garu to cause mayhem again.
All right, I'm grateful to you, Honorable. This Honorable Thomas Anaba is the Member of Parliament for Garu in the Upper East region. where some 4 men have been gunned down and killed by unknown assailants. Let's move away from Garu and do some stories on water. The Ghana Water Limited is appealing to corporate organizations to assist in dredging water bodies that feed its treatment plants as the company grapples with the effects of illegal mining on its operations. Managing Director of the Ghana Water Limited, Adam Mutawakilu, made a call during a press briefing in Accra on the impact of galamsey on water treatment operations. Channel 1 News' Samuel Akom has more.
Illegal mining continues to wreak havoc on Ghana's water bodies, with recent tests showing dangerously high turbidity levels that are straining several treatment plants nationwide. At a press briefing on Monday, Ghana Water Limited briefed the media on the extent of damage caused by galamsey and other human activities, as well as the measures being taken to protect water bodies.
We seek to co-funding from corporate Ghana and development partners to match Ghana Water Limited investment. Closer collaboration with district assemblies, the Water Resources Commission, the Environmental Protection Agency, the Minerals Commission, the Ghana Gold Board, and National Security to align enforcement and protect buffer zones, deeper community engagement through traditional authorities, and in-kind support finances, materials.
Mutawakilu cautioned that without urgent and coordinated action, the consequences of illegal mining will extend beyond the utility provider to affect industries and consumers alike.
If siltation continues unchecked, costs will cascade across the economy. Beverage and bottling firms will see slowdowns, higher inputs, and stock outs. Food processing and fast-moving consumer goods companies will face disrupted production cycles and quality incidents.
Responding to calls for a state of emergency, he noted that such a declaration could further complicate the situation rather than resolve it.
I don't think that state of emergency will stop illegal mining. If you declare state of emergency in one area, they will migrate to another area. So at the end of the day, the whole Ghana will be in the state of emergency.
He also announced that the Kwenyako water treatment plant, which had been operating at half capacity following a temporary shutdown, is now back to full operation.
Kwenyako is operating 100%. We are producing water 100%. But what did we do? We have to relocate these pumps from down to the surface. So we have to do re-engineering by bringing the pumps up to be able to take the clean water that is coming in. And that is why we are now able to produce 100%.
But the real question remains, if corporate bodies come on board to support Ghana Water Limited to the sales and dredge the various intake points across the country to lessen the cost of water, will they rescind their decision in increasing the water tariff, whose proposal they peg at 200%? Well, time will tell. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Samuel Akom.
Now, caregivers in the Ashanti region are raising concerns over the growing trend of some women resorting to unverified herbal treatments for breast cancer, urging them to seek proper medical care. Channel 1 News' Middle Belt Bureau Chief Safis Tijani reports.
Health officials say the increasing reliance on unapproved herbal remedies is worsening Ghana's late-stage breast cancer diagnosis and mortality rates. While acknowledging that some herbal solutions may offer benefits, caregivers warn that self-diagnosis and unregulated treatment pose serious risks to women's health. During a breast cancer awareness walk in Kumasi, senior midwifery officer at the Mensha District Hospital underscored the need for intensified public education to save lives.
As soon as possible. For the local, I wouldn't say it's bad, but my issue is whoever is giving you that medicine, does it the person they scan or mammogram or any diagnostic test to confirm whether it's a disease or something? If not, please just avoid it. The cost of this treatment is very high. If the government or any other organization can come involved to help.
Breast cancer continues to be the most common cancer and a leading cause of cancer-related deaths among women in Ghana. Officials are equally worried about cultural and social norms that discourage women from seeking early medical attention.
How our women especially will believe that breast cancer is not caused by witchcraft, and so they shouldn't go and spend all the time in the prayer camps only to come to the hospital when it's too late. Let your pastor pray for you whilst you go to the hospital for treatment.
Health officials say they are scaling up education and awareness campaigns to combat misinformation and encourage screening.
In some other news, Deputy Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Justice Srimsai, says letters written to the Office of the Special Prosecutor to provide an investigative docket to trigger extradition proceedings against former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta have yielded no results. Speaking in an interview with Accra-based GH1 Television on Monday, Dr. Srimsai says the Attorney General's office, which is cloaked with the authority to request extradition of any Ghanaian from other countries, has made several formal requests for the documents but has not received any response.
We are the only authority, that is the Attorney General office, we are the only authority that can make extradition. But we need a docket from, an investigative docket from the OSP to be able to make these extradition requests. As of today, we still do not have a docket from the OSP. We have made several requests to the OSP, written letters, written demands to the OSP, asking that now that you've announced to the world that you are ready to have this person extradited, and there have been communication to that effect that even we've seen communication to the effect that the docket is ready and it's only the Attorney General that can make the. So we have been asking for the docket for a couple of, I think about 2 months now. We still do not have the dockets from the OSP. And so without the dockets, you cannot go to the American authorities and say, this is the person we want him. No, you need to show, because when they are asking for people to be extradited to the United States, they bring the full docket of, as if they are going to court. And then we take that docket to court for the court to see whether there's really merit for, bringing the person down. We have to do the same thing. We also have to take a full docket of all the evidence and what we believe the law, and then we take it to the United States authorities, and they would be.
Meanwhile, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has dismissed claims that it is delaying or frustrating the extradition process of former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, who is currently under investigation for corruption-related offenses. The Special Prosecutor responded to the recent public remarks made by the Deputy Attorney General, who claimed that the Attorney General's department had sent multiple requests for the case docket but received no response from the Special Prosecutor. The Special Prosecutor's office called for clarity on the matter and confirmed that all required legal steps to extradite Mr. Ofori-Atta had already been initiated. The Director of Strategy, Research and Communication at the Office of the Special Prosecutor, Sami Dakum, spoke to Umaru Sanda Amadou on Eyewitness News on City FM.
If you take the correspondence, as you have said, it started on the 2nd of June when extradition is a political process, because the country needs to agree. Just as even US, after you have done everything, they need to also agree. So a letter went to the Chief of Staff requesting for assistance for extradition. And let's be clear, extradition, the Attorney General's office has been designated as the central authority for extradition. So typically, let me give you an example. Agencies that the Attorney General supervises directly they will typically send their things to the AG and the processes will go through. But because we are an independent office, we need, and we don't have a direct extradition powers because the AG is a designated central authority. That's the reason why we've had to go to the Attorney General on this score. And so when we transmitted to the Chief of Staff, the Chief of Staff then, on the 3rd of June, wrote to the Attorney General.
Well, you're also watching the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Still to come. Government reaffirms commitment to job creation, fiscal consolidation in upcoming budget. Please stay with us. The news will be back in a jiffy.
You are welcome to two of Ghana's finest addresses, Willow Lane and Alphabet City, located at Sakomon. Alphabet City is a premier gated community with 24/7 security. Willow Lane, where luxury meets comfort, spacious 4-bedroom homes with walk-in closet, elevators, and gourmet kitchen. Two lifestyles, one trusted developer at Waylead. Our buildings are ready for you to move in right now. So visit waylead.org or call 0240 111119 to book a private tour today. Waylead, your trusted home builder.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth. This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
It's on SuperSport all season long. Pay your subscription today. Dial *759#. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother Man Small. If you knew, it's your boy. Kill them all, kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the great. See? This wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or being late?
Of course.
Coffee be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Hey! Is that his car?
Everywhere.
Dial *712#. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Creators platform.
Welcome back. This is the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Next is Channel 1 Business with Netele Nete Ajaho.
Channel 1 Business is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you bank like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, Netflix. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Charles.
What do you have for us in business?
We know the 2026 budget is coming up soon, so government has started engaging stakeholders, academia, banks, to see what they can also get from them to input into the budget. So I think it's a good call because they want to get views from other people to see if they can.
And they are promising fiscal consolidation in the budget?
Yes.
All right, I think we'd like to hear it.
Now, the government has reaffirmed its commitment to implementing policies that will ensure the 2026 budget places strong emphasis on job creation and fiscal consolidation. Speaking at the opening of the stakeholder consultation with banking and non-banking financial institutions ahead of the 2026 budget, Deputy Finance Minister Thomas Nyaku Ampim said the government will introduce measures to sustain the economic reforms that have helped to stabilize the economy over the past few months.
The engagement forms part of government's broader efforts to ensure that the 2026 budget reflects diverse perspectives on Ghana's economic direction and policy implementation. This comes as Ghana prepares to exit its current International Monetary Fund program next year. The country has already reached a staff-level agreement with the IMF on the fifth review of its three-year bailout program, a development that paves the way for the disbursement of $385 million pending approval by the fund's executive board. Speaking at the opening of the consultations with banking and non-banking financial institutions, Deputy Finance Minister Thomas Nyaku Ampim said the government will introduce measures to sustain the economic reforms that have helped to stabilize the economy over the past few months.
The recent successful staff-level agreement with the IMF under the Extended Credit Facility and the credit rating upgrade by Moody's reaffirm international confidence in Ghana's economic direction. Chief Director, ladies and gentlemen, going forward, the government remains steadfast in sustaining the momentum of economic recovery and in building a resilient economy that delivers opportunity for all Ghanaians. Our focus areas include economic stabilization and fiscal discipline, infrastructure and social development, social protection, education and youth empowerment, as well as employment creation. Today's engagement provides an avenue for government to listen to your perspectives, your proposals, and your expectations as we shape the 2026 budget. The insights gathered from stakeholders such as yourselves will guide us to design policies that promote growth, equity, and resilience.
He underscored the importance of stakeholder feedback in shaping effective and sustainable policies.
We don't take it lightly, feedback from people like you. That is why we want to encourage you that let us have an open discussion. Tell us what you think so far about the implementation of the 2025 budget, what your expectations are for the 2026 budget, and how we can do it better.
Now, CFAO Ghana has rebranded to CFAO Mobility Ghana PLC. The company's rebranding is to expand operations and boost service delivery while making it a leading transportation and mobility solutions provider in Ghana and beyond. This report has more details.
After more than a century of operations in Ghana, CFAO has evolved from just a traditional automobile distributor into a fully integrated mobility solutions company, exclusively dealing in top global brands such as Mercedes-Benz, Mitsubishi, and Suzuki. CFAO is now delivering innovative mobility services that enhance convenience for both individuals and businesses across Ghana.
I need to really provide mobility solutions in full for Ghanaians, and these are also, very well much in sync with our group's overall strategy, which goes to show that we are really doing something very credible. It goes to show that we are driving our strategy right from the point of view of insights. So very lately, I think we've more like pronounced ourselves authoritatively as the one full-stop solution, mobility solutions company in Ghana. And this is a credible place to be. It's not just semantics. It really is showcased by the array of portfolios that we have.
Beyond vehicles, the equipment division of CFAO is focusing on powering industrial growth through machinery that supports infrastructure development and construction.
Give us the chance to open some doors and have access to some other market that we haven't, that we didn't have the chance to have access in the past. So recently, we have introduced some Chinese brand for trucks with Shackman, which is one of the most popular brands in China and recently also in Ghana. This brand is well known by most of the customers.
Meanwhile, the company is also expanding its operational footprint to reach more customers nationwide to ensure that its new mobility offerings are accessible to clients wherever they are.
There's also discussion going on to establish another service center in Ho and then Takwa. So we are expecting that by the end of the year, Ho and another second center in Tamale should come on live. Then early next year, Takwa 2 should come.
CFAO has promised to leverage technology and new industry standards to bring customer satisfaction and service excellence into the mobility sector.
Let's now bring you an update on how the currency is performing on the interbank market. And that's all for Channel One Business. I am Neti Ajao. Back to you, Charles.
Well, grateful to you. Now let's do some more stories. And Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture, John Dumelo, has assured Ghanaians that locally produced food remains safe for consumption, despite a new report by Pure Earth and the Environmental Protection Authority revealing traces of heavy metal contamination in soils and crops within mining communities. He says the ministry, in collaboration with other agencies, is implementing measures to curb the impact of illegal mining on agriculture and protect the quality of farm produce nationwide. Channel One News' Ashanti Regional Correspondent Doris Lonta reports.
A year-long study titled Mercury and Other Heavy Metals Impact Assessment, conducted by Pure Earth and the EPA between August 2024 and September 2025, has found traces of mercury, arsenic, lead, and other heavy metals in soils and crops across artisanal and small-scale mining areas in 6 regions: Ashanti, Eastern, Central, Western, Western North, and Savannah. Amid growing public concerns over the findings, the Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture, John Dumelo, has maintained that Ghanaian farm produce remains safe for consumption. He said the ministry is working closely with the Lands and Natural Resources Ministry to mitigate the effect of illegal mining, stressing that until further research proves otherwise, there is no cause for alarm.
Until we do a research to ascertain that, okay, this food that is coming from this region is getting to Madina, is getting to Dome, is getting to Agbogbloshie. In fact, half of them are laced with harmful chemicals. Then we can make a certain conclusion. But I feel that that research should be done very soon to ascertain that indeed this is what is going on, so that we conscientize consumers about it. I think at this point there shouldn't be any fears until we do a research to conclude that indeed this is what it is. Then we take the next line of action.
Speaking at the launch of FarmSense by CESI Technologies at KNUST, Mr. Dumelo reiterated government's commitment to promoting technology-driven agriculture to enhance productivity and sustainability.
It's important that we also embrace the use of technology to maximize efficiency, and that is exactly what we are doing, and that is why we are here today to launch FarmSense.
Chief Executive of CESI Technologies, Isaac Sesi, explained that FarmSense is a soil intelligence platform combining hardware, software, and artificial intelligence to provide farmers with real-time soil analysis, crop recommendations, and nutrient management plans.
Now, some stakeholders are urging the government to implement robust and decisive measures to tackle the country's persistent waste and sanitation challenges. Now, this, they say, is crucial in resolving the sector's ongoing issues, especially as cities and communities continue to struggle with poor waste management and increasing failed. Channel 1 News' Philip Nilate reports.
Despite the government's ongoing efforts to ensure a cleaner nation, including the introduction of several policies and initiatives, sanitation challenges continue to worsen. Institutions mandated to oversee the sector appear to be underperforming, even as the private sector expresses readiness to support government efforts. In a bid to adopt international best practices, top management officials of the Jospon Group of companies embarked on a learning visit to Singapore, one of the cleaner cities in the world, to study its sanitation management model.
The National Environment Agency, we have a lot. I mean, you're talking about the green, weather, rubbish, mosquito breeding, even how you manage the body, their body and so on. So we need to have an agency to make sure that help out with the environment ecosystem. Having that agency or having that state board, a body who are able to understand, appreciate the landscape, the challenges that the country have, and then come up with a regulation, come up with a standard operating procedure, a process that goes also into incentive scheme to ensure that everybody are on board.
Dr. Peter Dagadu, Managing Director of Waste Landfill Company, emphasized the urgent need for a centralized body to regulate and enforce sanitation policies effectively.
A central coordinating authority is the way to go, and that is what several countries that have been intentional on solid waste management should not be considered as a bureaucratic activity, but it's a strategic imperative that will centralize leadership. The fragmented nature of how several agencies and ministries all deal with waste management in Ghana.
The team was also given a guided tour of its eco-digester system, which uses microbial digestion to convert food waste into water, liquid nutrients, and solid organic fertilizer, demonstrating innovative methods for sustainable waste processing. Following presentations by these companies, Doris Kweko Ejay, Managing Director of Zoom Lion Private Services, proposed that Ghana adopt a direct waste billing system where waste collection fees are collected directly from citizens to improve service delivery.
Very brilliant system they have here in Singapore, which is working for them. So it's making the waste contractors very effective. With a system where the government takes the payment of waste directly from the citizens, and then they rather pay the contractors.
Dr. Priscilla Addo, Operations Manager at Sunyani Integrated Recycling and Compost Plant Limited, called on metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies to help identify and train local waste collectors. She stressed the need for public education on waste segregation and recycling best practices.
We can also have a way of organizing the informal sector. And now people are doing it on individual basis, individual interest and all that. But when the assembly identify these people and then formalize them, and then we have a better way of controlling them, educating them, and then they also know the essence. Some people are just collecting it so that they can make money from it. But when they get to know that, for instance, plastics that they pick could be used to produce a reflector, socks. Sometimes they hear it and they marvel at that. So if the assemblies can identify these people, formalize them, educate them, more sensitization, it will help.
Singapore incinerates 90% of its waste, with only 10% going to landfills. Although this process generates energy, the primary goal is to conserve the country's limited land resources. The team visited Keppel Cigars Tuas Waste-to-Energy Plant, Singapore's 5th incineration facility, to observe this approach firsthand.
The primary objective of waste-to-energy plant is really treating the waste, right? We to actually overcome our waste issue. Our landfill is out. We don't have enough land, especially for Singapore. That's where we look into this solution, reduce the volume of waste.
All the food that have been served to us, very minimal plastic used, except the water bottle that we saw as plastic. Every other packaging material is made of paper. We can explore that in Ghana to reduce the amount of single-use plastics within our environment.
Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Philip Nilate, Singapore.
Now, some executives of the National Democratic Congress in the Odotobri constituency of the Ashanti region are opposing their decision to site the proposed 24-hour economy market outside the district capital, Jakobu, in the Amansie Central District. They argue that Jakobu lacks key economic infrastructure such as roads, market facilities, and locating the project there would help stimulate growth and development within the district.
Our economy initiative, championed by President John Dramani Mahama, seeks to transform Ghana's economy by maximizing resource use, enhancing productivity, and creating more jobs. As part of the initiative, 24-hour economy markets are to be constructed across selected municipal and district assemblies nationwide. In the Amansie Central District under the Odotobri constituency, however, some NDC executives have raised concerns about the chosen location for the project. Speaking to journalists, the party's constituency communication officer, Andrews Kranchi, said siting the market outside Jakobu would deprive the district capital of the intended economic benefits.
The location whereby this market is going to be located will not bring any economic importance to the district. We strongly believe such an edifice should be placed at where people will benefit from it. Now, the priority of the GCE is not about the revenue generation, but it's about who convinces you. We cannot sit down for the government to build such an ultramodern market in a place whereby revenue generation will be a problem.
Meanwhile, the district chief executive for Amansie Central, Emmanuel Obeng Ajiman, has defended the decision, explaining that the chosen location was agreed upon collectively by the assembly.
Despite the party's position that it should be located at the district capital, the General Assembly, which is made up of reps from all the electoral areas, decided otherwise I should rather go to Mount Nai. And they had reasons why everybody pitched for why it should be sent to where they wanted to send. And the Mount Nai people won. So if you ask, that is what happened. It is not my decision.
This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still ahead. Black Queens gear up for crucial fixtures as officials rally support ahead of England friendly. We are back soon. Please don't go away.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come.
It's on SuperSport all season long. Pay your subscription today. Dial *759#. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother Man Small. If you knew, it's your boy. Kill them all, kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the greats. See? This wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide.
So ya boa faha.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late? Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're lucky, everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God up boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the son of man be. Hey! Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Love the Premier League? Your DSTV premium subscription could get you there in real life, Charlie. Stay connected for your chance to watch the Premier League live. Man U versus Man City at Old Trafford or Arsenal versus Man U in London. Stay connected to score with DSTV Premium. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Thank you for staying with us here on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Next is sports with Bernarda Bilquatri. Hello, my brother.
Hi, Charles, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm a miracle.
All right, Charlie, take it away.
Let's get into it, shall we now? Ahead of the Black Queens International Friendly against England's Lionesses in the United Kingdom on December 3, a press conference was held on Monday to build excitement for Ghana's upcoming doubleheader against Egypt in the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations qualifier. Well, notably, football administrators, including former Sierra Leone FA President Issa Johnson and technical advisor for the Youth and Sports, that's for the Ministry of Sport and Recreation, Betty Crosby Mensah, were present to show support for the Queens as they prepare for a crucial few weeks ahead. My colleague Gabi Ofer was there and put together this.
Ghana's Black Queens are set to return to action in the coming days for their WAFCON qualifying doubleheader against Egypt, with the first leg in Ismailia and the return leg at the Accra Sports Stadium. Following the Egypt encounters, the Black Queens will take on England's Lionesses in a high-profile friendly in December, a crucial test aimed at fine-tuning the team's preparations for the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations. Speaking at a press conference on Monday ahead of the friendly in England, the UK's Deputy High Commissioner to Ghana, Keith McMahon, highlighted the significance of the game for the Black Queens' development and readiness for the continental competition.
The Lionesses right now in the UK have, they're filling stadiums 50, 60,000. They're so popular right now. Obviously, being European champions, that does help them. They're renowned for their tactical nous and their ferocity, whereas the Black Queens are known for their ability to play good football, and their resilience. So I think the match itself is going to be really, really great.
Before facing England in an international friendly, the Black Queens will first aim to secure qualification for next year's Women's African Cup of Nations. Former Sierra Leone FA President Isha Johansson praised the Queens for their impressive showing at the 2024 WAFCON in Morocco, where they finished third. She expressed confidence that Ghana has the quality and the determination to overcome Egypt and make another strong impact when the tournament returns to Morocco.
They're a strong team.
they're determined, okay, and they have everything really, the tools to make them win. But this is football at the end of the day. You know, your predictions for the match could well be off guard, or they could surprise you incredibly. I think the most important thing is that just to know that the girls are committed, they're dedicated, they are motivated. You get that from the FA, you get that from the fans, and you get that from within the team. So,
on behalf of the Ministry of Sport and Recreation, the Technical Director, Betty Crosby-Mensah, echoed Isha Johansson's confidence in the Black Queens, expressing belief that the team has what it takes to make a strong impact on the African stage once again.
The upcoming game is more of a WAFCON qualifier, as well as is an indication of going for the 2027 World Cup. And so we actually are giving it all the seriousness that it deserves. And we believe that after pep talking them and encouraging them, we are strongly of the faith that they will come out victorious. Of course, who doesn't want to go to the World Cup? And who doesn't want to? They have taken us there. With the extreme performance they actually gave out at Morocco, we are confident that at the end of the day, our side will remain victorious.
The Black Queens are currently in Ismailia, Egypt, ahead of their crucial first leg encounter against Egypt in the 2026 Africa Women's Cup of Nations qualifiers.
Let's travel to England now, and former England and Manchester United striker Wayne Rooney says British record signer Alexander Isak is not doing enough to justify starting ahead of Igor Ekitike for Liverpool. Isak joined the Reds at the start of September from Newcastle for £125 million, but has scored 1 goal in the League Cup in 7 appearances in all competitions.
For Kirkes going in from Bournemouth and Isak going in from Newcastle, and the players they brought in, they're struggling, and the best player, the best performing player for them is Ekitike, and I think they're really struggling. I think there's a massive challenge to the manager, and I spoke about Amarin. I think for Arne Slot, you forget he's won the Premier League, but he's still quite young. He's still only 46 years of age, and he's still quite young. And I think this is the first time he's lost 4 games in a row in his career. Well, it was the first time he'd lost 3 games in a row in his career, and you're just starting to see, you know, I've seen today he's arguing with the officials on the touchline. I haven't seen that before from him.
Oh, that's the very latest from the world of sport, and I am Bernard Abeku. Charles, that's your sports.
We're grateful to you, Abeku. Well, that'll be all for this edition of the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. But before we go, let's recap our headlines. 4 killed in Garu shooting as gunmen open fire on civilians. Police begin investigations. Education Ministry to review school placement system for greater transparency and fairness. Calls heightened for bold action to address Ghana's worsening waste and sanitation crisis. And caregivers warn against use of unverified herbal remedies for breast cancer in Ashanti region. Do visit our website, channel1newsonline.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel 1 TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel 1 TV. Download the Channel 1 TV app on the Google Play Store and the App Store. I am Charles Ozukumi. Thank you for watching.